Hello, everyone. Welcome to Session 7 of the Criminal Underbelly.
No.
Say hi.
Hello.
No.
Oh, Yola, you are quiet.
Hello.
I can
One?
raise myself.
You always gotta do that, bud.
Hello.
That's
Hi.
Cool.
Alright.
Good afternoon.
So, Session 7 of the Criminal Underbelly. Does anyone remember where we last left off?
Oh, we were in the tower, right? Like big tower building thing. We
Mhm.
killed, not killed. We re-educated them with violence, and after that, I think we were like deciding what to do next.
I thought we already returned to the inn.
I don't recall returning. I thought we were like,
are doing right now.
Well, what particularly happened was that we walked into the encampment of
Why is it friend?
why is there
Whatever.
two bots?
Doing a little bit of a loop.
Oh,
damn.
fuck.
Oh, all right.
This is getting out of hand. There's two of them.
We walked into the encampment of the Clothskins after we killed all of them to find a new character and then the druid we were looking for. After a bit of interactions between them, we freed them and basically ransacked the place. If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we returned back to Dodger, and with the druid we were able to perform the spell to cure him of his fungi lycanthropy, as stated scientifically.
This is very true.
Yep. And then we returned back home after a long drive, and during the drive, Reverend opened up about himself a bit about his past, about how he was in the army, and he was forced to deal with an uprising out near the northern part of the landmass they're on, in which he encountered some beast that he does not know and was attacked by it, and most of his men died, resulting in him to become a runaway with a few of his men.
Alrighty.
Following that, we arrived home and basically sat down at the bar for a while. Met with the Bandit King. Bandit King proceeded to take away our cleric friend because he had a job to deal with some sick people. Yes, Julian has left us. Then he presented us two missions, one to go and deal with some racists, and one to go investigate a new sort of cult, that can be the word for it, that is beginning to start us up and up in the city. Because we're spontaneous, rambunctious assholes, we took both. And proceeded to go deal with the racists first. With the help of Captain himself. We kicked open the door and fought a bunch of, I guess gang members, but they aren't really gang members anymore, are they?
They
dead.
were T'Chai hunters, right?
Yeah, they were T'Chai hunters, but they used to work in the gang.
Yeah.
And then they had magical abilities because they all were tied to their own firearm individually.
Mm-hmm.
Dealt with them, killed the boss that I have forgotten what his name is. Preston.
The one who has tormented a lot of your people and killed them for fun.
Yep. And now he is a dead man.
Yep.
As he should be.
Alright. And then after that extensive recap, we have found ourselves. It is a new dawn, the 18th of Hephaestus, 1478. And it is a stormy morning, as it is very windy and very rainy. The five of you, Soyo is not here at the moment. The five of you come down to your normal hangout spot. You hear the crackle of the fireplace as there are people who are kind of rushing in and out, getting their food and leaving to go do whatever they have to do. And that is where we will begin our session.
Oh, we're not doing the other mission. That's fine.
No. You guys are going to do that. It's just you have to wait till you're all here first.
Quick
As someone
question.
is late.
Who could that be?
Zevin will turn to Mara. Mara, you're, witchy, aren't you? Can you identify what this is? And he's gonna pull out the augmented, flask.
Okay.
Alright, out of character, let me familiarize myself again with Mara's spells.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time.
Can like enter in.
Okay. However, you are not alone.
Oh. Oh no.
As two people, as a female is following, like kind of you two are wrapped in each other's arms, and a small little baby is held in her arms. So like on her offhand.
Hey, why is she with me? What's the lore in this?
I don't know. She just wanted to see what you're doing because you've been out of the house so much.
I can't see this.
Reload.
Goddamn.
If you can't see it, reload.
Let's
She wants to know more. She wants to know more about what you're
There we go.
doing.
Oh.
You've been out of the house so much. So
I am a doctor.
the three of you walk in. When they both walk into the door, the mood immediately brightens as you see what appears to be a dragonborn, a pink-skinned dragonborn, like a little bit of a lighter red. She's half human, half dragonborn, so she has the features of both a humanoid and a dragon, and a dragonborn. And she has this large tail that is kind of like coiled up around one of her legs, so it doesn't cause too much of a problem. She has these two burly wings as well that are kind of furled behind her back. And in her other arm is carried a small child. This is representative art because the child is still young, but are these your friends, dear?
Most of them, yeah.
Well, so like I was saying, we need to deal with hello.
Hi. She gives you a little bow.
Oh, hello there.
Bows
Wait, that's
back, I
Millicent's
suppose.
voice.
All right.
Oh, so who's your friend here?
Oh yeah, this is my my friend.
Your friend, huh? She kind of elbows you in the side.
No, she's not my friend. She's my wife.
Oh, I didn't know you were married.
You didn't tell them about me.
No, like, you might get hurt. It's dangerous work we're doing.
She looks down on you because she's about like, how tall are you, Alistair?
How tall am I? Fuck. I didn't write it down.
She's reaching about 6'8".
Oh my god.
Dragonborns are tall.
Let's do
She's on the short side.
I was thinking 6'5" earlier. Or like, I don't know, somewhere near that.
She kind of like kneels down, like pinches your cheek. You didn't tell them about me, dear.
Oh, no, I didn't. They don't need to. I mean,
Come on, Alistair. You can tell us anything. We're
I'm not
judging.
telling you anything. Well,
Oh.
not everything, at least. Perhaps when you stop drinking, I'll tell you things.
Personally, I never took you for someone who would actually find someone. No offense.
What are you implying? I'm ugly.
No, I'm implying that you're very strict to your work.
You should have saw him on our first date. He was dressed up in a nice little suit. We went over to the pier.
No,
We stared out into the
that's
bay.
enough,
You
please.
should have saw him. He was blushing like a red dragonborn.
Good to see you get out, Alistair. Good to know that some of us here can find someone. Zevin just pulls out his other flask that he found.
You didn't tell me you were in such the company of interesting people, dear.
Yeah, I didn't. Zevin.
Hold Flynn for me.
I'm gonna cast Hold Flynn and Hold Flynn.
Alright, you hold Flynn.
Flynn!
She kind of moves over to the table, gives you all a bow. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Yamaras, but you can call me Yama. I'm and this one's wife, as you can see. He really hasn't talked about me at all.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
All right, give me an insight check. What are you trying to perceive?
This is a cover up.
All right. She's gonna roll persuasion. What was her charisma? It was 16.
Wow, that's high.
Jesus Christ.
Remember, you rolled for her stats.
Sorcerers.
Oh yeah,
man.
let's check that then.
No
Kirby
wonder you
chat.
fell for her.
No wonder.
Does Dragonborn increase charisma? I think it does.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
so
dragons,
she has
dragons are scary.
Spooky.
Dragon. Yeah, she has
Oh,
16
not too good.
base.
She's hard to read. She seems kind. She seems nice. Very overly friendly. However, you're not sure if the love is truly genuine, but you assume it is.
It's nice to meet you, Mama. How's it pronounced?
Oh my
I
god.
forget it.
Just call me Yama. It's fine.
Nice to meet you, Yama. He
Miss
reaches
Yama.
out his very alcohol-stenched hand to her.
She kind of like grabs it, shakes it, and then like kind of turns around and wipes it on the table.
Yama's just smiling.
Oh.
So, what are you guys? Are you like a traveling circus?
Yes, we are.
Can I see one of your shows? You didn't tell me you did a traveling circus, dear.
Of course.
What
does
did
Hey,
this
Zevin.
tell
He
you?
just like the Reverend looks down in his clerical robes and he's just like, the fuck?
What does a doctor have to do with a traveling band of?
Oh, hi, Soya.
Soya.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Well,
It's fine. It's fine.
Miss Yama, we pull off some dangerous stunts sometimes, and
Can you show me?
Alistair's medical knowledge is really useful whenever we do hurt ourselves.
Can you show me one of these tricks?
Yeah, I can. Reference, can you stack up 4 chairs for me, please?
You want me to stack up 4 chairs?
No,
No,
he's
that's
oh,
me.
Reverend.
I'm
Sweetie,
Reverend Harold. It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
I'm
I forgot D&D.
She kind of
no
nods.
matter explaining myself.
I'm
No,
Yama.
I'm going. You're weird.
I'm Yama. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, yes. Nice to meet you too. He just goes and I guess he's like, Ty, can we do this, I suppose?
Ty like does the gif where you see his side and he just gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, he's like, alright.
You tell the group of people that were sitting here to like fuck off. You give them a death stare.
Reverend.
I don't know why I do
Classic Reverend.
Or they get the message that something's happening and like people begin to like form at the
something cool.
they begin to form at the edges of the tavern.
Alright, I grab 4 chairs and stack them, I guess.
Alrighty, you stack 4 chairs up. Up. No, what now?
I
wait.
climb up the chairs
me-
with ease.
Do you want to roll your portent dice, Mara?
I want to roll my portent dice.
Alrighty. Roll me your 2d20s.
Oh.
Okay, alright. For context, Soyo, we're apparently meeting Alistair's wife and
Oh,
kid.
damn.
And remember, he's a doctor.
Oh yeah.
He's
Wait.
a doctor, wink.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, it's very doctor. Yeah.
Much doctor.
Sure. Much doctor. Gotta impress the lady. Sure.
So what are you doing with the 4 chairs?
Just watch and see. As I climb up the 4 chairs and attempt to get into a handstand.
Alrighty,
God.
I'm gonna need you to give me an acrobatics check as well as a performance check.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Alrighty.
Performance.
Let's see.
Ma-
Where's
Mar-
Lar.
Oh, but should I?
Do you
Nice.
want to? Do you want to?
You can play it off as a.
Not really.
Alrighty. So, Oriz, you get up onto the stack of 4 chairs, and you do a backflip off the chair. However, you weren't expecting to reach the ground so fast, as you expected a little bit, these chairs to be a little bit higher. Maybe they're for, like, dwarves or something, you're not sure. And you splat on the ground, you land your face, but you play it off as if that was what you were supposed to do. As you kind of, like, motion to Alistair to, like, come over and give you help.
Are you
And,
alright,
uh,
Catherine?
And this is why we need the medical knowledge.
I see! Yama immediately comes up and takes Flynn.
Oh, I thought I was like just picking Ori's up with one hand.
Or you can do that too.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to do a medicine check?
Oh no. Okay. I am a doctor.
Look, I'm a reverend for a reason. I'll help you.
Alright, you have a 12. Or you can also roll your own medicine check, Reverend.
If my dice decide to work, yeah.
Alright, on a 14, you kind of like... Alistair kind of stares blankly at Ariz, and then you motion like the gash that's across his cheek, and Alistair's like, oh yeah, it's right there. As you begin to like kind of heal up his wounds.
How?
You're just clapping.
Yeah.
Why did Catman fall?
Oh, Flynn. You're so...
Catman fall because. Yeah.
It's funny.
I don't know.
That was a part of the trick.
Yeah.
She
Small
begins.
child.
She begins clapping. Yay!
Oh. I'm giving like Reverend like a sigh of relief.
Can Catman do it again?
Oh god.
Oriz,
Of
could
course,
you do it again?
of course.
All right, Oriz, I need you to give me another acrobatics and performance check.
Well, it was a very fabulous fall.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alrighty. This time you do a backflip off the chair, and this time you anticipate it, and you do like a nice little fancy twirl on this table, impressing everyone in the tavern. There are claps. You even see one of the guards walk in, like, and giving you like a nod of respect. Flynn's like, "Yay, Catman did it!" And she lets up her hands, and you watch as a magic spark shoots up into the sky.
Oh, is it hitting me?
No. It's just like a little magical, like, purple spark.
Ah.
Magic. My worst nightmare.
What?
Okay.
Flynn, what did we say about magic in public? Oh, right. No, magic in public. Yes, it's a good girl.
Zevin like strums on his ukulele, and I'm casting the light cantrip, and a small ball of light's just gonna appear in front of Flynn.
It appears right in front of Flynn, and like in the picture, she's going to cup it.
No magic in pub.
So I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna,
like look at Zivin and like just shake my head. No.
he puts his ukulele away, and the light disappears.
This king's guard immediately walks back to his post
Bye.
after
Oh,
giving you a nod and like throwing 3 gold pieces out onto the table.
Oh,
What type of day is it?
It is stormy outside. You can see that there's like whenever the door is open and a person runs in, they're soaked in rain, and it is very windy and very rainy outside.
Okay.
terrible weather.
Oh.
You should
I
get
like
going.
this
And-
nice weather.
It's not necessarily like humid rain. It's just kind of like moderate, mild rain, temperature range wise.
Ugh.
Oh, that was wonderful, dear. I didn't know you were so talented.
Thank you. I worked very hard on my craft.
I can tell. When are you gonna get your doctor's paycheck, though?
Oh, my paycheck, right? Soon. Don't worry.
She gives
He
you
does-
She gives you a shoulder.
He does a lot of charity work.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I married such a gentleman. Oh wait, I already knew that.
Okay, here's a question. And this is a stupid question. On average, how much would a normal person get paid? Like in
For
I
a,
assume
for
I
a
would know this
doctor
to be-
job?
for a doctor.
It usually depends on the severity of the wound. If it's a small thing like a scrape, they might get paid like 20 gold pieces. If it's a missing limb, it could probably go for thousands of gold.
That's a lot.
Yep.
That is a lot. 20 gold for a bruise?
to repair. Well, not. I'm giving you estimates, like maybe 5 gold.
Question: how much is it to remove a bullet from someone's head?
A lot of money. Depends on where it hits too, because if it's like a brain injury, that takes a lot of magic to heal.
I'll do it for free. I don't think you'll live, but you know. Yes, everybody. This is my family.
What a wonderful family you have.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you all
Nice
too.
to meet you.
Alright, so then we gotta go before the rain gets too bad. Is there anything you wanna... Are you gonna be home tonight at a decent time, dear?
Of course. Probably. Most likely.
What are you doing today?
Oh, we're gonna go perform a show at a factory reopening or something, I believe. I have to check all that.
Give me a deception check.
Hold on, let me find it. Come on, 22.
Thank you, Zivan.
Oh, at a factory in the painted streets? Maybe I'll come by.
Sure.
So I'm gonna look at Zivan like, I was like, no.
He just has a weird face on.
Sadly, we have to deal with very dangerous animals for performance. I don't think the child would be safe coming there.
Yes.
And no one can, and I don't think you should leave her alone.
We could just get... She kind of like ponders. We could get Valina to help. Could get Valina to watch over her, but... Or Valiana to watch over her, but... I guess you're right. The boring life of a housewife whose husband never comes home.
Listen,
Oh,
I'll
so
come home.
bored.
I'll come home tonight. Don't worry.
I'm so bored.
If you really need
please.
to, Alistair, you should take one of these days off and go spend some time with her.
Maybe.
She gives you a pat on the shoulder. It's fine, dear, and she gives you a smooch. She gives you a smoochy smooch.
Thanks.
I do suppose after this performance, I could figure out a way for you to take a day or two off.
You feel a little invigorated by the kiss. As she is a pink dragonborn, they deal with love. And
Wow.
She begins to walk out. Goodbye, everyone. I hope to see you again, you traveling band of miscreants.
You call us Miss. What's Miss? I'm fine. We're all fine.
She gives you like a nod, like, yeah. She gives you a nod and wave.
Have a good day, Miss Yama.
Mama, I love Daddy's friends. I know, they're sweet. They begin to walk out.
I was waiting for like a Mama, look, that man's pale. Look, Mama, that man's a cat.
Oh god.
Alright, I will say I hate you. And I hate you particularly for having me to carry that lie.
Wait, who do you hate? All of us, or?
Why do you lie to your wife? That's
Just
not
you
very
two.
nice.
Well, you can't just go around telling her that, we are working for the Bandit King. That's not a good idea.
Looks like you're about to achieve the bad ending.
Anyways.
You won't need anything for breakfast?
I need something.
Alright, probably some meat for you. Anyone else?
I'm good.
Meat's fine.
Catman, get off the table.
You're right. You're right.
I go and put the chairs back.
Mara, what's the verdict on that flask I gave you?
Can I try to roll
No,
Arcana
I
on it?
last
Sure.
time.
Give me an
I thought
Arcana
you
check.
had the identify spell.
It's such a minor enchantment
Yeah,
that you don't even
I-
need to roll and identify for it.
Hmm. Oh,
Oh.
Womp
Even
womp.
even with your 6, you can probably tell that it has to do with alcohol in some capacity.
You know, I could just burn the 13 on this.
You could.
I'll just burn the 13 on this,
Alrighty.
making it
So that is an 18
a,
total.
yeah.
On an 18, you can tell that it is a decanter of endless alcohol.
Oh no.
It is a flask that is double the potency of normal alcohol, but is endless in its quantity. However, you have the option to lie to her.
Yeah, I'm just considering how to lie.
Alrighty.
Someone's looking at you expectantly.
It appears to be a decanter of the Tita Taylor.
A what?
It anything placed in this flask will become non-alcoholic, but still taste the same.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Alrighty, give me a deception check against Zivin's insight.
My insight is actually kind of decent. Well, not with that.
However, your insight is not able to crack the stoic face of Mara, and you appear to believe that she's telling the truth.
That's unfortunate. Well, if that's the case, you can keep it then.
Mara will
That
put it
might
into
also-
her bag.
That might also be a way I could get off. Well, no, that's nonsense.
Here you go, here's your food.
The other one, flask.
Oh my goodness.
Food eating noises.
I'm gonna cast eat.
Do you need anything, Mr. Loverboy?
Oh my goodness. No, I don't need food right now. I already ate.
Hmm.
Okay. Oriz, you can clearly tell with that insight
Yeah.
check that she is lying, and that is it has to deal with something else. She begins moving, or as Ty begins moving, he moves back to the food prep area. People begin pouring in and out. Oh man, this fucking storm is crazy. Whew. As people
I
begin
look
moving.
outside. See
Yep.
like stinks, right?
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, nature -1. Okay, buddy.
18. All right. Apparently, you're pretty keen with nature. You've been around here for a while. You've been in throughout your life. You've been in Alverholt. You can tell that a storm's brewing, a mighty storm, maybe a hurricane of sorts. You're unsure.
I think I feel like a hurricane might be brewing.
The Reverend eats his food rather quickly, and then he gets up and he goes, "Well, we have a job later tonight to do, but first I have a sermon to take care of." And he just gets up and he's like, "Any of you like to join me?"
I'll join you. Reverend.
I'm not the religious type.
I'm not a religious type either, but it might be interesting.
Having a wife and kids has
I don't
renewed
want
his
it.
love of it. Love.
What?
I don't know.
I'll stay here.
I'll cast follow.
Is anyone else?
I don't think Mara would join.
Alrighty. So the two of you begin going to the church. Which church are you going to?
Well, actually, I want to go find out more about the job we have to do tonight. I want to find out exactly what warehouse we're going to. I want to figure out if there's someone I can ask.
Alrighty. You know you have to make your way to the painted streets. As you begin looking around, you see that there are people here. Give me a perception check, the both of you.
Yay. I'm good at this, right? No, I'm not.
Alrighty. I'm going to take you all to another map.
Whoa.
That's 16.
Oh, where did he go?
Alright, so the two of you make your way to the painted streets. You can tell it's the painted streets because the
Streets are
cobblestone-
painted.
The cobblestone is painted a nice little array of red, black, blue, yellows, any type of random dyes you got. And you see what looks like a semi-abandoned but still running dye factory. And as you begin walking up, two men that are heavily armored in like very steampunky attire immediately stop your like if you attempt to move forward.
Oh, hello. As people should know me, I am the Reverend, and I was just wondering, because of the past drow attacks, if anyone needs help anywhere.
Oi, anyone need help? Hey, Richie, what do you think? Any help? I'm not 100% sure if anyone needs help over here. Goddamn, Richie, you stupid and useless as always. You motherfucker. There's no need to be rude. No need to be rude, Charleston. Shut the fuck up.
That escalated quickly.
What are you here for? You here for the Sealer's meeting?
I have interest, yes.
You're
I
in luck.
suppose.
There's a meeting tonight. Autocat's supposed to be making his first appearance.
And how would we be able to enter this?
Oh, well, you should be able to find one of the codes, kind of like motions behind him. Should be able to find, like, subtly, should be able to find one of the codes around here, and you just recite that code and we'll let you in.
Is there code that I see?
Yeah, you see a perception check. The world will be equaled.
Okay then.
Like as you are walking, you find that that little sign there. The world will be equalized or equaled in like scribbled languages.
Well, I guess I'll see you guys tonight then.
Alrighty. Now, Richie, we need to have a talk. About what, Charleston? Don't worry about it. Come with me. Oh no!
Rip Richie.
Richie's dead.
What do you think they're doing?
They were interesting.
Yeah, they.
And that was a lot easier than expected.
Well.
Ah, they're back. Hello.
Hello.
You see
Okay,
as
well,
Charleston, this one on the left, has his baton out. There is like a large bump on Richie's head. Hello, I'm Richie, and I'm Charleston. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
well, we have no
Up to you.
more reason to be here, I suppose. Let's go.
Alrighty. As you begin to make your way back to the Siren's Call after finding out where you needed to be. In a very weird fashion, nonetheless.
Whoa.
As
How'd
you
I
guys
get
walk
here?
in, Zevin's like, he created a crow with mirror illusion and is just making it fly around the table.
You two walk into the bar. Reverend talking about his sermon and how the people were fired up.
Oh yeah, that was amazing, Reverend.
Well, I don't know, just a bit here and there. Yeah.
Were you a commander back when you were in the army?
I don't remember what position I was in. I knew it was high up though.
I could tell. You really
I have-
inspired a lot of people in that sermon.
It's weird how windy it is out. I think.
Yeah.
You all do remember a very severe storm that happened a couple of weeks ago that kind of shook up the city, specifically around the two towers, the Piercing Star Resorts. But it doesn't seem like it's a similar storm. It might just be like it's another hurricane, as it's kind of hurricane season during this late summer and into fall.
I guess as a follower, I guess I'm pretty used to this.
Zevin will like recreate a miniature version of the storm with mirror illusion just above the
Okay.
table.
You create an eye of the storm, or a hurricane with in the middle of the eye of the storm. However, is a white or
Yep.
like yellowish bolt of energy that kind of forms the center of the storm.
Never got many stalls from where I came from. It's
Where
very
do you come from?
interesting. Should I make a wisdom check for that?
Sure, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You don't really remember. You always just remembered being an Alverhold your whole life. Because you've lived a long life as an elf. Some things just kind of blended in between.
Don't fully remember. I know it was a place with a lot of trees. Never got many storms. There's always a large canopy overhead.
I definitely know what he's talking about, right?
100%.
Oh,
Talking about the Ravenna Forest.
yeah. Well, what do we do now?
I guess we just wait.
We do have a lot of time to waste before night rise.
What time is it?
Probably about 11 a.m.
Damn.
We could go
Wow.
shopping.
Do we have money?
Yes, we do. We have 2,249 gold.
How do you... What? How do you know all of that?
I've been the one keeping track of the money.
You know, for someone who drinks every day, I'm surprised you still have, like, a brain on you.
I don't think that I'm pretty sure that surprises everybody.
True.
Ugh.
Besides, I need to keep track of how much money we can have for alcohol.
No.
Oh, right.
It's a shame that Ty doesn't open up the bars until later tonight. Otherwise, I would have gotten a refill on my flasks.
I have, like, a radical idea for you, Zivin.
What's that?
Try not drinking any alcohol for a single day.
Not interested.
What is that?
How about you try the non-alcoholic flask of Mara for
Yeah.
a day?
Actually, that might work. He looks over at Mara.
You would go through withdrawals if you stopped drinking that quickly.
That's true. But it
You
could still
don't
hurt.
have to go through the worst to get better.
That is also true.
Sometimes the worst can kill you. He shifts the minor illusion from the Eye of the Storm to a crow again. Flies away.
Wait, am I fucking muted?
Yeah.
Wait, were you?
Apparently.
No, you just weren't talking.
Did you not hear that?
No. We're talking about.
We missed some
Yeah.
premium acting.
Yeah, you heard the cacaws of the crow.
Yes.
I thought that's weird. I should have picked that up.
So, while we wait, what would everyone's plan be for the time before the evening?
I'll go play with my marbles.
Wait, why did you get marbles?
Always hot marbles.
I can see my family.
That is fair. You should spend the time with your family before
I'll
we go
probably
into
be
this problem.
tomorrow when it opens.
What time are we meeting there?
It is in the evening, so I assume you meet back here at
Oh no, everyone died.
Whoa!
4?
Well, I do have
Talking about
something.
Storm.
I do have something you could do. Well, not
What's
now,
that?
but a little bit in the future. I'm going to be running my tournament again.
Ah,
Tourney of the Seas. And this time, it might be a little bit interesting. It's going to be a team fight.
team
Oh.
fight.
A 3v3.
Ah, 3v3. That
Oh.
might be interesting to
So-
watch.
So the last time wasn't interesting?
Oh, no, it's always interesting. It just gets a little bit of a boring show when it's just a 1v1 fight. So I'm deciding to
I
spice it up and
see.
doing a 3v3.
Hmm.
The entrance pod is about, well, I usually just make the number up on the spot, I'll be honest. But since you're premium customers, I'll give you a little bit of a discount.
Hmm.
It's gonna be in a
Wait.
week.
I suppose that's happening, but in theory, I do have a reputation to uphold.
You're such a wimp, Harold. God damn it.
Don't worry, Reverend.
Yeah.
They'll like you.
Live a
once-
little.
Will they though?
Live a little.
Although I
Come
understand
on.
why you want to lay low.
Like good times. You might be able to kill some more racists.
Like
That's
good
always fun.
times.
Your fighting pit has murder in it?
He kind of looks back as one of the guards kind of like does a patrol around the street. No, of course not. It doesn't.
No, accidents happen. It's no one's fault.
Look, we have precautions for that stuff.
Yeah, we have the best healers in the area.
Yes,
Oh, I'm stupid.
like the best healers in the bar. Mostly.
Nothing better than a good old drink to heal a chopped off head.
Yep.
Sometimes when you drink, though, it feels like your head is being chopped off.
Yeah, maybe that's a sign you shouldn't drink.
Slowly sips on the alcohol in his flask.
If we're running it back, you are going to be playing with marbles. You're visiting your family. Zivin's drinking. Or what are you going to do?
I might go around town, do some inquiring.
That's always good. Just don't get yourself in trouble.
Of course not.
Right. Well, I have research to do, I suppose. You know, the things we dealt with upon the racists and whatever that statue was, too.
Alright.
Good luck with that.
Have fun.
Alrighty. And as the group
See you all
splits off,
later.
we'll do the people who actually are like doing roles. So what's everyone doing? Alistair's going to see his family.
I'm in the
Mara's
bush.
going to try to help out Oris, actually.
Alright.
Alright.
The two of you are gonna go around town. Reverend, what are you researching?
I'm going to my church to research. I think it would be Tempest because
Okay.
that is the statue we found,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guns.
Alrighty.
So
So we'll do Reverend first. I need you to give me 2 history checks, please. The first one for Tempest and the second one for guns. Alright, 12. And another 12.
oh.
So, a little bit of lore. Let me pull up the Tempest article.
Oh, folk, he's lower.
Let me pull it up as well.
I will link it in chat.
Yes.
Thanks, Father Empo.
Don't.
Tempest, the Lord of Battle, the Eternal Spear, the Thunderous King. He is the god of war, wartime tactics, honor, and thunder. He is known as the eternal rival of Grumsh, who is the god of never-ending war and pretty much all those bad things you would assume with war, but also the god of respect, weirdly enough. The two have been battling for long times within their histories, where orcish followers of Grumsh would fight the Tempest followers during what's known as the Uprising Wars, that you slightly know a little bit of, due to your heritage as a T'Chai and due to your religion and organization. The two have been fighting for what seems like millennia. However, with the solar barrier now shattered, Tempest has begun to re-exert himself upon the world, and those who are gifted in martial combat will be blessed by him. And on your 12, about the guns. So, guns are a little bit weird in the Velnum. The Velnum has a tech level of, I believe,
I think it's like
It's like 5. Let me check.
5.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 because Graza is 6, right?
No, Graza's lower than that.
Hey, dear world building.
All the way. You gotta scroll all the way up in the world building chat.
It's not.
Actually, no, it's in the homebrew rules chat, I believe.
Velnum
Yes.
is...
The Velnum is at 5. So the Velnum has access to firearms, but they're very different firearms in the sense that the ability to make gunpowder and to make specific bullets for the guns have not been invented yet. So what they do instead is to augment their firearms with with magical weapons through Arcana. And how they do this is they sacrifice a little bit of their soul, place it into the gun, and that magic is able to activate the gun and use it to be able to fire it off. It
Sounds
is
like a warlock.
It is a very intensive ritual that takes a lot out of the person who does it. However, if you are branded with a gun, you are able to craft your own and eventually, over time, make your own guns.
Okay, so it's Hexblade but gun.
It's fundamentally different, but yes. You can attune your gun to whichever element you want. The only exceptions are the ones that are amber damage types, of course. And however, most of you haven't fought an amber enemy yet, so you don't know what those are.
Not yet.
And however, there are other places in the world that book that you're reading on magical gunpowder notes that there are other places in the world that have actual modern day guns where they don't require magic and can just be shot as normal. Mainly the continent of Isodurn, which is pretty much Wild West with gnomes and gunslingers. Gnomish gunslingers.
Can we have a
No.
campaign in that place?
Hmm?
Can we have a campaign there?
You have to activate it.
God damn it.
Hey, Bandit King. Let's go on a field trip.
And what was your third check for?
Oh, I was changing key binding. Key binding's messed up
Oh.
again, but I can do it on what were the demons we fought in the first session? Those things.
So-
Do I have any recorded information on that?
You have a little bit of recorded information. It seems like that monster you were fighting was something called a fiendish stalker. It is a type of fiend that is sent upon the mortal realm whenever there is a curse nearby, and they sort of stalk out the curse, and then they try to bring it back to the underworld. So someone around you, or maybe you yourself, you're not sure, was cursed, and a demon has been sent to try and cure that curse.
Damn.
Or forcibly bring that curse to hell.
Shit, that's scary.
So in theory, it was good.
The problem is
I-
morality is very
It's
gray.
very gray here.
Demons are usually seen as bad, but those types of demons, and specifically demons in this world, are not always bad entities. Like this would be an example of a more lawful, evil entity, for example.
Turned a person to a zombie. I remember that.
Okay.
It sounds like the person themselves may have been dragged down with it.
I also still think it's like those guys we fought, those cloth skin guys we fought with Korn, or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
the ones
corn.
who summoned him. Are the ones who like put the curse on someone, and that's how they were summoned.
And
could it
because you
be?
got a 20, in that specific like scholarly article you're reading, there have been reports that these types of fiends have been appearing more often in the Kingdom of Duma. So that might mean there is an abnormality in curses, or that something else has been happening and more of these demons have been sent to solve it. And they come in very different sizes, shapes and sizes.
Is there any like way to determine what would be a curse?
Energy
is
that
that-
is usually brought upon by a dark art. So the ability to use blood to harm people, ability to turn into monsters, more or less what you think of like as social taboos. Some parts of alchemy can be seen as a dark art. The consumption of souls, that's also another dark art, and demons don't really like that. Those kinds of things. Anything
your
you would
soul
think as
into a
like
gun?
anything you would think of like prime evils would be examples of dark arts. And at a meta standpoint, the things about dark arts is that whenever you commit one, you're automatically turned to the evil alignment. Like if you willingly do it. Not if you're necessarily forced, but if you're willing, then that is a dark art.
That's unfortunate.
And to some gods, that is perceived as a no-no. You might piss off the wrong gods by doing that.
Hi, Torrent.
He almost killed them. That was almost a bad thing, but.
Anyone in the in the religion want to have a gun?
You just wanna go there, don't you?
There's like only one type of gun people can make.
Most people start out with a revolver because it's the simplest to
Make.
create, because you have to split your soul and your essence into 6 bullets, which can automatically reload themselves. So it's kind of easier to do it with a revolver or a flintlock. Flintlock is like the first form, and then people just kind of jump from there. There are specific soul carvers, which are like the names of gunsmiths, like soulsmiths, and then those guys make guns, and then they can use them.
Sniper rifle.
Actually, yes, there was someone who had the ability to use sniper rifles in another campaign, and they were an example of a gunsmith or a soulsmith.
Neato.
Now she's dead.
Oh.
We
Well.
killed her.
Is anyone else doing anything?
No, Zevin's just chilling at the bar.
Playing with my marbles, literally.
You play with marbles for like 5 hours.
I can play with my marbles all day, don't worry.
Oh
He's having a
God.
ball.
What's Ori's doing?
Batman?
Me and Mara are like out and about.
Alrighty, what are you trying to do?
Trying to ask questions, like still trying to piece together the accusations that originally like led us to the Bandit King.
Okay. I need you to both give me a general charisma check. Or a persuasion check. As you're trying to carouse the public.
Oh no.
Natural.
Okay.
R.
That's the duality of D&D. A natural 1 and a natural 20. So, you have learned some interesting things while you're out and about. You know their name. Their name is Sangir. What would you get on a 25?
I hope a lot.
She, to some people, depending on who you're talking to, she's seen as like a vigilante of sorts, where she steals from the rich and gives to the poor, but she does a lot more of the first than the second.
Where was she? Do we know where she was like last seen, or where she's usually active?
She strikes in the night, so that is unlikely. However, she acts a lot in the painted streets.
Oh, I know where this is going.
But lately, their tactics have been changing. After stealing the money from the Bandit King, she's been doing more dirty deeds. Murdering people in the night.
Bro.
Carving a jagged S into their body. Political figures, church officials, people who might have pissed off the wrong people. And that might lead you to believe that she might be a member of the Black Cross Brotherhood. That's what some people suggest. They are a group of assassins that run within the world. who effectively and efficiently kill any target that they are contracted to deal with. And Oriz, when you specifically go to talk to people, they immediately have a reaction as if you were Sangir yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should dye her fur.
On a 20, Mara,
I think.
and specifically because of your race, you have the inkling that she might be able to, or they might be able to, alter their appearance to maybe look like other people.
Yeah, I was starting to think that.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do I know about the about church figures just being assassinated?
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
I think I know where this is going, but to be honest, Zevin doesn't know. So I'm not
91.
gonna say anything.
Yes, in fact you do. Very recently, a member of your church, or a member of your organization was murdered in broad daylight. And an S was carved into her body.
Alright.
Alright.
Did you say this senior person was female?
Yes, but it's not. She's kind of like androgynous in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to tell which gender she is. So I've been
Yes.
trying to use
Yep.
they. When you talk about races that can change their appearance, the idea of gender is kind of not a thing at that point.
No.
What's up, Mara?
I'm just thinking.
Oh,
I hear
alright.
gears turning. I like character hats, banana as clues, man. Who's
It's
chilling here?
it's a little weird that she would steal from the Bandit King, because that's a very, very, very large task, and that's not necessarily what the Black Cross Brotherhood do either. They don't steal; they would much rather kill. So, take that as you will.
It's
If you want, you guys can meet up and kind of talk and mull over these details back at the
Yeah.
tavern.
yeah. I have a theory.
Doppelganger theory. Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna play with my marbles underneath the table, so don't mind me. I'm listening, but you know.
Oh, I'm here now. Whoa.
Yep. So, everyone has kind of come back. Alec, you see the, or not Alec. Oh, that's a different character. Alistair, you see the sun begin to slowly go down, and you know that time is slowly approaching where you have to leave Yama and Flynn, your child. So you kind of wave bye to them and begin running through the streets as it's raining. Roll me a perception check.
Me? Okay.
Yep.
Where?
The
You see that it is raining.
12.
You cut out for a bit, Empo.
I know. I gotta check. I gotta roll for this. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You don't see jack shit. You think you see something in the back, like in the corner of your eye, but when you go to look, you just see rain.
Another wood elf. I
Right.
noticed the rain is wet.
Brought it back. Yeah, I guess this is.
Is raining what?
10 out
I
of 10.
think
You make
we
your
should
way back,
tell with the information we have.
running through the storm.
I feel like I saw something, but it's probably just me.
Well, me and Alex have found out where to go and what to stay to get in.
Can you get us in too?
Well, yes, I suggest that we don't go in as a group and we go in like a group of 2 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And just like take like 5 minutes in between or so.
Oh.
And then
Smart.
kind of spread out once we get in there, so we're not grouped together.
Now, did you get to see inside of the building?
No, not at all. I didn't want to push my luck any further.
It's a
Hmm.
factory, right? Maybe there's like dye vats.
Could there be drinks? Should
The
bring my flask.
the people you spoke to, were they with the sealers themselves or
For sure.
just locals?
They mostly looked exactly like they were working with them.
They acted like them too.
Yes.
Did you suspect they were armed in any ways?
They had a
most
baton.
Definitely. They looked. Think of like King's Watch, but like just below that.
Mm-hmm.
Street
Yeah, both
mod.
of you don't have any magical, like any big magical sensing ability, so you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
Any other off that.
Anyways, is there any other information, or shall I just go into like a minor plan we can make up?
Well, me and Mara have been asking around in the streets for a bit. It seems like the culprit, the one that
Yeah.
did take the Bandit King's money, is still around and active in the painted streets.
What did you find out?
Well, Empo, what was the group called?
The Black Cross Brotherhood.
I heard a lot of rumors that this person is in the Black Cross Brotherhood, but that does not sound like the type of work that they would do. But I think I know what does sound like the kind of work they would do.
Okay.
Framing someone,
Yep.
going in looking like auras, could have been intentional to set him up specifically.
Well, it's not what?
Why would they set someone up? Why would they set you up particularly, or it's any idea why?
I am not sure. I am still quite new to this city, but
Probably because you're new, they'd set you up.
Are
No,
you
didn't
hiding?
think you'd laugh.
No people.
That's-
No people
The
are all
other-
just-
No.
The other option is if there were something particularly valuable to the group themselves there, then they could have just been using you as a scapegoat.
mhm.
Either way, I'm pretty sure that this has been particularly targeted at you.
Well, think about it. You're a newcomer to the city. You have much different face than most of the people here. You're very unique and easily to identify. Why not take a newcomer to the city, change yourself to look like them, frame them for a crime, and you aren't even connected to it in the end?
Yeah.
I don't want to assume anything, but are you hiding something from us?
I have broken a few friendships and a few bridges, but this does not sound like anyone I would know.
Nothing no one would want to kill you for.
I'll put you in jail for.
I say no, but I might have to roll
Yeah, you wanna roll deception?
or deception, yeah.
I will roll insight on that.
Will you beat our insight? Okay.
Yeah, very clearly, Zivin and Reverend, you see through his facade.
Spell butcher.
Honest, we need to know what we're
No,
fighting against.
no. I won't probe any further. We are friends here. Just tell us eventually. Anyways. Miss, I'm sorry for interrupting you. You can continue.
Well, the truth is that I'm not sure myself.
I guess we'll all figure out in due time then.
Hopefully, it's not when we get shot in the back of the head.
Mara, were you saying something?
No, got my theories out.
Well, so, back to the job we have to do then.
Yeah.
I just assume an easy plan right now, because it is just recon. We divide into 3 groups of 2. There's 6 of us? Yes. So, I can go with Alistair and pretend him to be my bodyguard.
Yeah. They've seen us together anyways, so.
Which one... How would you 4 like to divide yourselves?
I personally would like to go with Catman.
And
That's fine.
Is there anyone listening in on us?
There's that weird person. I think his name's Ty.
Other than
Hi.
Ty, you see that there are people that are just kind of milling about the tavern, doing their daily tasks, but it doesn't really seem like anyone's paying you any mind.
Also, Reverend, as soon as you start talking about a plan, Seven kind of just goes back to his drink and zones out for a minute.
He takes the drink out of your hand and throws it across the room.
Boy!
Thank you, Ziv. Not
Doesn't it hit anyone?
Splatters.
No.
It splatters right under this window.
Pay attention, you drunk. I don't want you to get killed.
You're the only one. And he pulls out his flask. And it starts to actually pay attention now.
So, yes, the 4 of you.
I'll go with Catman.
I don't mind. Who wants to go with me then? If you go with Catman, I'll go with the lady.
You ladies have fun.
Alrighty.
I suppose the password is, if I remember correctly, the world will be equalized, or the world will be equal. Anyways,
You can do the talking, Catman. He just pats you on the back.
I say we all go in at individual times, take 3-4 minutes in between something, and as we enter, we spread out and ask people why they're joining, what are they doing here, stuff like that. Like, try to get a motivation out of the people of why they decided to join the Sealers.
Just let me handle that.
Sure, you can do the talking. I don't mind. I don't like talking too much. Anyway.
Where did Reverend go? Oh.
We're gonna take him to another map.
Thin air. That's where you went.
Yeah,
I guess.
let's just say that Mara is going to do it in such a way that there will likely be no rolls.
Gaming.
I guess
Some
one
people-
thing that could be interesting is that person that set us up. Nah, okay. I don't think they would interrupt us.
Before we do go in, though, I'm just gonna remind everyone that in the Bandit King's message, he was very vocal about
Not killing.
us not getting into fights. So
This is only for information, I assume.
let's try and
That's still
keep
asking a lot of us.
let's keep a low profile.
Alright.
7.
Don't
Tempo,
look
you
at
okay?
me.
You keep popping on enough.
Yeah, I just had to reload because I couldn't see Ori's and Mahira. Couldn't see their tiles.
Wow.
I can't see Mahira, so I need to reload.
Come here. Kind of off screen.
There we go, now I can see her. Alright.
Music change because holy shit, this has been playing for way too long.
Alright, get used to the music.
No.
Ready.
You gotta vibe with the ambience, dude. Oh, who left?
Left the
Er,
stealth
er,
music.
Music.
er,
I think the music though left.
Oh, hold
Yeah.
on, wait. No, this
stealth
doesn't work.
music.
This doesn't work.
I was about to say, we
Metal Gear
sneaking in,
Solid.
boys?
Nope. I feel like this is way too intense for
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. Alrighty, so as you guys begin to make your way to the painted streets, what do you do? As you hear the sounds of cranes picking up things, people moving big vials of dye, and people in general just moving out and about, doing their daily work, almost getting ready to go home.
How many people are there?
What do you guys do? Here, you see that there's a little bit of a line. Obviously, there aren't tokens here for everyone, but just assume that there is a line pretty much to where you guys are at.
Like a long line?
It'll take you about like 10 minutes to get through.
Oh, okay. That is quite long.
I say for extend we do like 3 people in between or something.
Yeah. I'm a little split off.
Alright. The
Someone
line
to-
eventually condenses down to the 2 of you. Oi, if it ain't you.
Yes, hello.
Remember, it's me. He kind of flips up his thing. It's Charleston.
Hello, Charleston, and hello, Richie.
Oh, this ain't Richie.
Oh,
This is Galveston.
hello,
Galveston.
Galveston.
I
Yo,
believe
what's
it is
up?
the world will be equal.
Alright, you can let in. As he kind of moves up to you, he shocks you. Like, he kind of like goes to grab your hand. I'm assuming you grab it.
I'll take his hand.
As he shocks you, knocks you unconscious, and the other guy kind of wraps you up and moves you inside.
Was that normal? Was that just what they did?
Yes,
Is that what they did
yes,
to
that's
everyone?
what they're doing to everyone because they don't want you to
Cool.
they don't want you to go to the actual location.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, the 2 of you are let in. Alistair, do you take the hand?
Oh yeah, I will.
Okay, you both are let in to a large dye factory. You see that to your right, there are bits and pieces of dye, or like big giant dye vats, and there are various boxes here, and there are people that are kind of moving in. You see a couple of what appear to be guards up on the rafters. Give me a perception check.
All right, let's do this.
Oof.
Goodness.
I guess I could just like help him.
You good?
Yeah. So I will just help him instead.
Alrighty. On a 16, you see a bunch of people, and you see at the far end of the corner, what appears to be like an entrance to another room.
Mm-hmm.
And you are free to move. The map is yours.
I guess I'll just go to where like the most group of like people are.
Okay. There
I
are
don't know
big
where that
groups
is.
of people. You can just move wherever, and you'll most likely run into people. It is like jam-packed in here. You see that there are people that are like kind of sitting up on the boxes, kind of like enjoying the view. You see there's a big giant stage with 2 shining lights at the top.
Who's this?
You see a large orcish man covered in very exotic tattoos.
Oh, that brings back memories.
He does not look like the one that
Yeah.
destroyed your life, but he looks similar.
Yeah. I don't like him.
However, he's the only one that is tiled. So,
What does tell me?
he's like the only one who has a tile. The other ones are not. The other like commoners are not important enough to have a tile.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Commoners.
Is there like a way I can like gauge how strong these people are?
Yeah, you can roll me a martial check.
Nice.
So roll me a d20 plus your intelligence.
Mine's shit.
You want me both.
Yeah.
2, you have no idea, friend.
Yeah. I'm not gonna bother.
However,
Oh.
they appear to be armed.
All right.
And you notice 2 like light bluish spheres on the back of their uniform, like on each of their shoulder blades. All right, and at that point, Orviz and Zivin are let in unless you guys resist being electrocuted.
Before we go, can I do like an perception check on the people we're standing in line with?
Sure.
To see if these are like wealthy people or if certain races are like more represented than others.
I'll
Alrighty,
give him
like-
advantage.
Give me a roll.
Where's perception?
I shall be back.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's not gonna help that much.
On a 10, a lot of these people do appear to be poorer individuals. You can't really, like, on the race question, there's not really a lot of different races. There's a lot of humanoids, well, mostly humanoids. You do notice, like, a couple of goblins and kobolds, but other than that, mostly humans, half-elves, elves, the random lot you would expect.
Yeah.
Alright. And are you two let in without any commotion?
Nope.
Yes.
We're not putting up a fight.
The world will be equal.
Oh no.
As they let you in. You notice the dye vaults, the dye vats, the large stage at the back, this room here, and the rafters. I need you to both give me a perception check.
The rafters. Are there people on it?
You do notice a guard that is walking upon them.
Are there like normal people? Or...
They're the same guards. Nope. None of you get the check.
Oh,
This
so
is
like,
unfortunate.
are there no like normal people like?
No,
like...
you can see like someone tries to go up and this guard here says, "Hey, no one up on the rafters."
All right.
However, that doesn't mean. I mean, you can go up if you want. You just gotta do it quietly.
You can certainly try.
All right.
Not-
I'm assuming the two of you don't put up a fight. Mara and
No.
Mahira.
Do we?
Mara does not.
Alrighty. You are shocked in.
I like bite a bit towards him, but I'll take the hand anyway.
Alrighty.
You know, like.
You are also shocked in. You say the passcode and you are let in. I need you to both roll me perception checks, please.
Roll better than us.
So, wait, where the frick is my perception? Oh my god.
Under...
Oh.
Oh! Mara's getting all the high rolls today.
The frick?
So hit your character
Under
sheet.
wisdom.
Under the wisdom
Yeah.
skills in the red, you'll see perception.
You might have to click
got
it more
there,
than once
yeah.
for it to actually...
No,
There
there
you
we go.
Why is that hidden?
Cause her sheet's a little bit different. I usually
Oh.
just have it so it doesn't delay the roll, but that's usually how it is at base. Alright, Mara, you feel a gust of wind rush past behind you. As if someone with extreme speed just walked right by you.
Hmm.
Do I feel it too, or is it
Yes,
just
on a 17 you also feel it. You feel you
That's
see Mara
unsettling.
you see Mara's head kind of or her hair kind of blow in the wind.
That's weird. Did you feel that
And
too?
you specifically heard like the noise of the rafters.
Oh dear.
Alright. The dye factory is yours. Let me know when you want to do something.
I want to ask
Um,
like,
I
Oh.
have. Do you want to go, Kirby?
you go first.
Okay. I want to look for any like tieflings, like any of my own kind. If there is any.
That will require a perception check.
Okay. That's what I get for not having perception hotkeyed. Because I have like all of my intelligence skills except perception.
Perception's always a good one to have hotkeyed.
Gaming.
Alright.
Dude.
17. On a 17, this guard, you can see two horns poking out of his little green beret hat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant like one of the civilians, like one that
Oh.
could be like.
Okay, yeah, you see it to try over here.
Okay, and then it's just going to be a constance of like, walking up, and he's just going to be like, "Oh, hello, it's nice to meet you.
Hello.
As you probably don't know, or maybe know about me, my name is Reverend, and I was
You're
just
the
wondering
you're the
if-
reverend. You're kind of famous around these parts. You're the
Yeah,
savior of our people.
I wouldn't say that, but I guess. Anyways, I was wondering why did you come here? Because is it like what was the reasoning? I'm just very intrigued
Oh,
by this whole.
I'm just interested in seeing what this group has to offer. I want to fucking bring it to those rich cunts who live up in the hills.
I can get that.
I want them to fucking pay. as he kind of like grabs his fists.
Hmm.
He like does the anime thing where he like grits his fist.
Rick's hand.
Grr.
Andy.
Who told you about this?
Oh, you didn't see the flyers? There are flyers and insignias all around town.
Okay.
It's of a cross with an S at each point.
Oh fuck.
I knew it.
All right. Well, enjoy your time here, I suppose. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. We'll bring it to them, you know? Our people no longer.
Yeah. like fake laugh to try and go with it.
You just kind of like slowly back up.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm getting on it now.
I'm in danger.
All right. Well, what about everyone else? You guys feel free
This
to move around the
guy,
map.
I feel like he'd be noticeable, right?
He's very noticeable.
He's big and burly. Like, how is he talking to anyone?
He's just kind of you see him like if someone walks up to him, he'll talk to him. Other than that, he's just kind of like fixated on like the stage as well as the door.
Let's go talk to him.
Oh, hello.
What's up?
My name is Movid. It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you. My name's Alistair.
What are you here for?
Oh, I just want to see what this whole thing's about, really.
Ah,
I got a flyer and I was interested.
right. Were you hurt?
Hurt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I came in, it's not much really.
Oh, no, I didn't. I wasn't talking about that. You hurt?
No.
Then-
Why?
Well, usually people are here because they hate spellcasters.
Oh. Can you tell me more?
All right. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm Movid. I come. You know Melgible?
No.
Well, it's a continent out to the west. And I was taken in as a slave by an elven family of mages. And I want them to pay. I'm interested to
that.
see what this group does and if our paths align.
I can see that. I personally didn't have much attachment to my own family of elves.
I want them to pay.
Well, I hope this place is what you're looking for.
Give me a perception check.
Me again? Oh no. Perception. What's wrong with me today?
You don't notice anything. I heard this.
Can I try and sneak?
Sure, give me a stealth check.
I was waiting for someone to do that.
My stealth is
My rolls today.
15. You believe you are stealthed. Feel free to move. Where would you like to?
up
You
the
s-
thing.
Up to the rafters?
Yeah.
Alright. This guard, you see he's kind of doing like a patrol around here.
Okay.
Question. Is
As
this
the doors shut and the two guards kind of move up.
question? Is this like on the rafter floor or on the level
Where?
floor? The door.
This this raft is supposed to be like on the wall, so this is on the ground floor.
Okay. That's what was confusing me. Also, good map, Imp.
Thanks.
Good shit.
So
Mara's in danger.
Just stay very far away from it. Also, and don't be an elf.
you're an elf, huh?
Yeah,
You hate your
I'm,
people?
most of them.
Good. I know I liked you as he like hits your shoulder and you can feel it begins to bruise.
Oh, yeah. I came from a place where there are a lot of elves. I didn't like them, so I came here.
I understand and I respect it. Fuck elves. Pieces of garbage.
Yeah. Oh god.
If I ever find myself.
The river's just kind of moving up as like he's idly looking around and he's like, where did he go? Oh,
As you move through the people, one of the guys next to you, kind of like bump his shoulder. Oh, fuck off!
Sorry.
I swear, if I find that family again, they'll pay. They'll pay.
Out of curiosity, maybe I could help you. What is their last name?
I don't remember. It began with an R.
Oh, I know. No,
I want to say like the Revalans, the Reviolans, the Revustas. I don't remember. Fuck, it could be the Rothschilds. I don't know. A large family of elves, and all of them are gonna die. That's all I know.
Are you in danger?
If we meet again, I'll let you know if I found anything.
I like your spirit.
Thank you.
You a monk?
I don't know.
Don't know if you're a monk.
I don't know what your class is.
All right.
I'm a doctor, but I also punch things. That's a hobby.
Kind of a medicinal beating.
Yeah.
I know that. As he kind of punches your shoulder, you feel a bruise again.
What about you? Are you a monk?
These fists are only born for killing elves.
Close enough.
Yeah, one less elf in the world's a good thing.
More
Yeah.
Wait,
racist.
is that your boyfriend?
What?
Keep staring at us.
I don't know.
No, sorry.
Ouch.
I'm the Reverend, and I hired him as my bodyguard. I wondered. We kind of split off, and I was confused. in where he
Him?
went.
Him? Your bodyguard?
Well, yes.
I've been bruising him with each little elbow jab.
He's more of the fast and deadly type.
Don't matter how fast and deadly you are if you can't hit a thing. Or if you
Alistair
can't-
looking at Reverend with a very concerned face. Like, don't hype me up, please.
Don't mind him.
He could probably kick your ass.
He does. There's a story about Alistair regarding orcs, and it's just very hard for him to do.
I've been wondering who leads this entire band.
You're talking to the wrong guy. Apparently
Yeah.
the sealers say his name's Autocath or something.
Autocath?
Wait.
Yeah.
Have I heard of that before or no?
Roll me a history
Have
check.
I?
Both of you can.
Wait, Otto?
Oh, Alistair, you have no clue. And the Reverend, your history of this guy, your history of this guy slips you. You have no idea. I don't know.
I've never.
Some say he was just a random fuck who got blessed by a god.
That's weird that I've never heard that name before. I usually know all the people I'm supposed to watch over.
What I heard, his powers, fucking sick. I heard they'll help us.
Has he done anything like interesting?
From what I heard he can how do I say this? I don't know actually. The sealers say he's done some sick shit, but I guess we'll see tonight, as it's their like debut.
All right.
So scared now.
The mages will pay for what they did to our kind. Kind of looking at Reverend.
Yes.
How much of this does Mara hear if she's kind of trying to stay?
Well, the map is active. You can move wherever you want.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, yep.
Just
Mara's going to.
Hmm?
Mara's going to start by just walking around and looking for a place that she can get completely hidden.
Okay. There's plenty of places. You sense that you might be able to hide in a box or hide around the boxes.
Metal Gear Solid.
However, there are a ton of people here, and it's hard to be hidden in this kind of environment. You do hear Movid talking about spellcasters, though, and making them pay.
Okay.
Oi, Galveston, go see the boss. Aight. Hup,
House.
hup, hup.
Ha ha, I'm in
Just, like,
danger.
staring at the
Huh.
desk.
Get the fuck
Can
out of
I,
my
like,
way.
knock out one of the guards, or is it better to
Can you what?
knock out one
You
of the
can
guards?
certainly try.
Do you want to
He'll
start
see it.
combat?
He'll see it.
Yeah, but
Still
I'm up on the
definitely
ledge, so unless they're watching from up above, they can't, right? Cause I'm up on the ledge.
Wait. What if? Oh, I just had a very bad idea.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if this guy sees you.
Is Movid's attention still on me?
Yes.
Fuck, man. Help me, Reverend.
No, this guard does not see you as he begins moving.
Gaming.
So I can like, you know, not kill him, just knock him out for a moment.
You
So
can
I
try, but I remind you that this place is packed. That there are a lot of people here.
So can I just like sneakily stay behind him and try to see what he sees?
This guard or this one? Which one?
No,
Listen.
because he's downstairs at the
Mhm.
floor. I meant like upstairs, like
You meant this guy.
The
yeah,
one that rolled.
Yeah, you can definitely follow him.
like not per se like follow him, but just stay out of like while he is making his round, just like follow him a bit and trying to find out something.
Okay. You get a glimpse into this room here as you're following him. As you kind of like lead up over here. There are no patrols that are on this side of the factory.
You did it, my hero.
And you see that in there are what appears to be supplies of some kind. You're unsure.
Armory or I am
You cannot tell through the little opening that you have through the door. However, you need to get well, you don't need to, but you know that something might be in here using your intuition.
Yeah. But the door is downstairs, right?
Yes, the door is 15 feet down.
Okay.
But there is a ladder here.
Yeah, I don't wanna
Oi,
go there.
is AutoCath alright? I don't know. Check the generator.
Something generator. Okay.
This guard comes back up. Hop. Hop. Hop.
There you
Whoa.
go.
Hop.
Teleporting guards.
Thought we didn't use magic here.
Exactly. Not yet.
Mara, give me a perception check on this guard as you're seeing his back. Actually, give me an Arcana check, not a perception check.
Alrighty.
Come on, you can do this.
Wow, lucky throw.
Nice.
19. You notice that there are two light blue orbs on the back of his armor, and you get the sense that there might be a faint electrical sense from those two orbs. It might be able to augment his combat capabilities.
Oh.
Mara's going to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Uh,
What do you do?
Mara is probably in panic mode at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So if I make rounds like here, like through here, do I find anything else like special that I can report back on?
What was your perception check before? 15?
Yeah.
It
I know.
was
17.
17.
No, wait. Wait, no. Where the freak am I?
Yeah, it was a 17.
Okay.
You notice there's a small opening here on the bottom floor
Okay.
that leads into this room. It's small. Like
But I'm
someone
not a
your
big
size.
girl.
So like someone your size could fit through.
Size of the globe.
So
Oh,
I
no.
see the hole. I
Mhm.
trinkle on my tippy toes back, and I go down the ladder
Yep.
and sneak between this.
You see a guy here. He's kind of like he puts his cigarette up into the dye vat and then lights it. And he watches he's letting out like red smoke. Oh man, that hits the spot.
Just like look at him really like what the.
He's not even looking at you. His eyes are closed.
Yeah, I was sneaking by and going like, what the fuck is wrong? It's like,
Dang.
If you're gonna try to get high off of something,
Alright.
at least do proper drugs.
As you move through here, you see this guard is. Hey, is you sure he's all right? 30 minutes. Is the fucking generator running? Ah, fuck off, you piece of shit. Do you really not know? Ah, fuck. As he kind of just stands up at the foot of the steps, at the top of the steps.
Oh, okay.
Mara's gonna do the dumb thing. She's gonna
Okay.
go up to someone and just ask, "Hey, am I allowed to like? I take it I'm not allowed to like walk out and walk back in if I need to use the restroom."
No. You cannot. There is currently no restroom.
Hold it in, Mara.
We live in medieval times.
That's not what she was asking for.
Use the box.
Currently the door is closed, so it doesn't seem like you can leave.
How did we get in here?
They knocked us unconscious and yeeted us in the building.
Like you got the idea that maybe something's about to happen soon. And
Ooh.
as you say that, the light dims.
Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to move them.
Can I get back to one of my colleagues and report on the little shenanigans that's
Sure.
happening inside?
You can.
Okay. Not to be rude, Zevin, but I'm gonna go to
No,
Alice,
no, I understand.
To-
Don't worry about it.
to my buddy, because you know you don't want to be suspicious.
All right.
So I'll go
It
back.
is time for my favorite song.
Oh god.
Shit.
Man,
Oh, no.
I don't like amber people.
Me neither. For the most part.
The lights immediately begin to dim as the commoners kind of cheer. Whoo! They do like the whistle. I can't fucking whistle, so yeah, I stopped.
Wow.
That's about what I can do.
Alright. As you watch as, accompanied by multiple different guards, Autocath walks through the door.
Okay.
Can I do a martial check?
Sure, give me a martial check.
This guy scares me. Okay, so it's not the guy
Alright,
from-
because of his
from-
trait, he's going to roll a martial check against you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, he rolled it too.
Yeah.
Not that good.
Can I,
All right.
make my way to the stadium?
Preston, bring the gods. Yes, sir.
Pressed?
As you see, accompanying him in chains are 4 individuals, heavily shackled, pushed up to the brink here, kind of standing here. They're not important enough for tiles. They're just commoners from what you gathered. You do see one noble individual, and another one who looks like he is a veteran of some kind, like a war veteran. As they're kind of pushed to the wall and shackled there, Autocath begins walking forward. Alright, I need the rest of you to move up a little bit, so you can be in earshot.
Bye, Movid.
No, I'm gonna be right next to you, buddy.
Yay.
You're gonna be within punching distance.
You mean hugging range? Not
All right,
punching.
it is time for his speech. I gotta do my best Boston accent. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you can join us for our first of many meetings. I am Autocath, and I am the Bishop of the Sealers in this area. Now, let me ask you a question. As he points behind him, motioning to the mountains in the rich district that are behind the painted streets. Hold on, I gotta shut the fucking mouth. Shut up. Too quiet.
Same.
Too bad. Alright. As he points behind him to the mountains and the rich district. How many of you have been fucked over by the decisions of the people that live in those hills? You hear the commoners around him begin to scream, clap, shout.
Zevin doesn't know what they're clapping for, but he's going along with it.
Warriors
Those
also just going with it, going like, yeah, bitches!
Those who have the power to rain fire from the sky or shake the earth worse than any earthquake. Since the beginning of time, there has been a rift between the magic users and us, the normal people. But I have been graced by God. Powers have fallen into my hands which can sever the link between magic and the person. The key to finally achieving equality, which we've been yearning for millennia, is close. Now we will be heard. We are the Sealers, and we will seal their power, never to be seen again. As he gets more and more amped up and a little bit more emotional, you watch as energy begins to seep out from his body. No specific color. It actually doesn't have a color. It's like this grayish.
It's heat waves.
Zevin just kind of looks at Maurice
It's
really
this grayish
concerned.
color. He moves over to the first person. This nobleman of sorts. He walks over to him. Kind of twists his palm so that his fingers are facing downward. He places his thumb on the one guy's eye, his pinky in the other, and his pointer finger and his middle finger on his chin. And you watch as electricity begins to seep out from his eyes and his mouth, like a sort of field of some kind. This lasts for minutes as the electricity gets more and more amped up, as it begins to die down, and the guy falls limp. The second one, a younger boy, a human, or what you believe to be a human with a little bit of elvish descent, wearing reddish clothes, brown hair, and brown eyes, is the next person. He, of course, has fire. And as Autocath does the same, fire begins to seep out from his feet as he screams out in pain. Where's Mior? Where's Doe? As the magic falls from his body and he falls limp.
Not the little kid. No.
The third one, a butler, what you would imagine. As the magic begins to seep from his body, you watch as magical daggers and magical cups and magical plates begin to fall from his face and fall from his body. As they shatter, he loses his magical ability as well. And then finally, last but not least, the war veteran. Ice, fire, all kinds of magic begins to seep out from his body, forming an armor that immediately tries to attack Autocath. However, he grabs his arm and immediately breaks it. And begins to seep the magic out from his arm as well. However, he is dead. As he falls limp, blood beginning to appear out of his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my power. And this is what we're going to show them. That we can be equal, if not greater.
Or Zevin's hand is kind of shaking.
As he points to the people in the front. You all are going to be our members, and we will fight for equality. Forced equality. No longer will the odds be in their favor, but it'll be in ours. As he kind of looks over to Alistair.
So, question out of character. How many of you want to beat this guy up?
As he
I think he's cool.
as he takes out his hand, he takes his hand out and kind of in like a T pattern. You watch as a blade appears from his hand, as he simultaneously kills each of the people up on stage.
Oh, well, rip Clarence.
Wait. What?
This is our wrath. This is our pain. This is what we'll show them. We will create a new world where there is no longer magic.
Yay.
As surprisingly, I'm gonna roll a D100. The people in the crowd love it. Movi kind of looks. This is what we need,
We're
isn't
to
it?
30%.
As he
Hell
kind of
yeah.
elbows Al.
Yep.
Or Reese is just, or Seven is just looking at Reese very angrily.
He whispers in your ear. You're one of them. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No. Can you say
Oh.
that again?
He whispers, "You're one of them." You're unsure if he's talking about your elf race or if you're a sealer.
Insight check.
Inside check, indeed.
Give him an insight check.
Help me with this, Mara, please. Never mind.
He begins to grab your shoulder a little bit tighter. As you get, he might be talking about your race.
Ain't that touchy?
Ow.
My followers, soon we will rise from the depths. Begin with your local shop dealers, those who tinker with magic. Start with those who are weak enough and cannot defend themselves, and then we will move. We will move to the nobles. We will move to the world. As the meeting is over, and you're all free to go.
Yay.
Can you let
Just-
go of my friend, please?
Will there be a question round?
Roll me an intimidation check, Reverend.
This dude just.
Oh, is he
murdered
not?
Clarence.
Okay. I'm not intimidating him yet. I'm just asking him, but okay. Well, I assume he's not letting him go.
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to like actively grab his hand and attempt to like apply pressure to a point in his wrist where it would like if I apply more I'd break it.
To
And I'm
Moby.
saying I'm telling him to let it go. Yeah.
Alright, give me an intimidation check.
Can I use strength?
Sure.
Cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm proficient in intimidation, so it would be +6.
If you roll high, but hopefully.
Hopefully. Fuck.
Divination die? Question mark.
He lets go.
Oh.
He looks at you in a very similar way to someone who has in the past. Looks at you with an orcish fury. However, he turns, simply leaves.
So,
I
guys,
guess it is ironic because I do not need a bodyguard.
I found something. I don't know if you guys can see it, cause you know you're a bit. She looks you guys up and down.
This,
Big.
this sealer jumps. Alright, you heard the boss. The meeting's been adjourned.
Let's talk about whatever you saw somewhere else.
As he hops over.
Come on, Catman.
Let's cast.
Oh shit.
Get out of here and let's get out of here.
Autocat just
Yep.
through his
Let me-
mask, you can tell he has the smuggest smile on his face.
I'm
As the
gonna
blood
take a
beam.
wild guess here
Hmm?
and assume that kid that was killed on stage was 19-ish.
Around there.
Rip Clarence.
As the blood begins to drip off.
Zevin like stares at the bodies for an inordinate amount of time before leaving.
I take one last look at Autocath. He kind of grits his teeth a bit, and like there's a moment where they start to form sharp, and then he blows it off and shakes his head, and then proceeds to walk out.
Even in his state, he looks super imposing.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor just hums like a song and skip jumps out of the building.
What about
I
you,
won't
Maurice?
Uh, I'm trying to see if I can ask AutoCath a question, if they'll let me.
You want to ask AutoCath a question? Sure. AutoCath, this one's got a question for you. A question for me? Alright, I'll entertain it. As he walks very briskly. What do you need, Catman?
Your speech, it rang a very familiar tune to me personally. I have been a victim of what I can only assume to be another one of those damn magicians.
Those
Trying
damn
to
magicians. They're
trying
fucking
to
everything
use-
up.
Trying to use their magic to frame me for a crime I didn't commit. If there was any way I could learn your powers,
Roll me a persuasion check.
Catman, dude.
Nah,
I-
nah, 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 nah,
I
nah.
should be good at those.
You should.
Alright, I think you're too far away for divination die.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, yes.
Mara has to be able to see it for divination die.
Oh.
It's not the worst roll.
I like the way you speak, Magic Man. As he points...
Magic man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. As he points to you and puts his hand on your cheek. He begins to infuse an ability within you. A specific blood rune. As you have opened up the ability to manipulate the blood within one's being. You have activated a blood rune. And I'll give you more info on that later.
We
Alright.
bloodbenders now.
As I have to go as I have to go searching for it.
I
Use this power, it's not one I give lightly. Use it to destroy any spellcasters.
I will do that. Thank you
They
very
don't deserve to live for what they've done.
The
Good day,
world
Catman.
The world will be equal, I say, as I turn and walk.
Good. Good job.
Good shit. You watch as Oriz moves with a sort of determination in his step. Where do you guys go?
Am I outside?
I
better be
guess
outside
back
now.
to the tavern.
All right.
Where can I call the Bandit King? Where, like, I have his number.
Yeah.
Are you the Bandit King? No, you're not.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure my name's Ty, man. You should know this by now. It's been 7 sessions.
Yeah. Whoops. So, Ty, we found
Don't worry about it.
quite a bit of stuff.
Hmm?
Oh dear lord. I want to murder that man.
What have you found
I-
out?
I've seen Ty use magic, right?
You can tell he is a magic user.
They take away magical abilities.
How is that possible? That shouldn't be possible.
Uh,
But they just
Reverend,
murdered like 4
do you know?
Look, it doesn't matter at the moment. You're in danger. He rallied the people to go after shopkeepers.
You should look into getting some more bodyguards.
You underestimate my influence within the city.
I don't
But
drink
it's
often, but he
safe
does
to
have good
be dead on
beer.
the floor, ripped of your
Now-
magical abilities.
I have warriors that'll fight for me. Don't you worry.
Make sure they're around, because it feels like there's a
The
small
hostage
revolution.
murdered a kid. Teenager, but still a kid nonetheless. Ugh.
So, guys, I saw a thing.
What did you
You
What
wanna
did you
know?
see?
Where?
So-
I need to reload. Hold on. Continue.
So there was like this man up on the ledge, so I went to go like see if I can knock him out, but we was really fast, so I didn't do that. But then I saw like a little peeky hole in one of the walls, and I looked through it, and I heard the people talking about a generator, and then they were like, "Oh, you gotta do it, doofus," and they were being mean to each other, really mean. But I wonder what they needed the generator for.
I mean, it's a factory, right? So don't
Yeah,
generators use
don't-
factories?
you don't need a generator for a speech, I think.
Hmm.
You know, they didn't have to be so mean about it.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know anything about magical generators?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Thank God I'm not a spellcaster.
I'm scared, man. I have a. Don't mind that when I accidentally clicked it. Yeah, no, I don't know
Nope.
shit.
Generators do not exist. Well, generators to you are very uncommon.
Hmm. Never heard of such a thing. God damn.
But there's like a hole in the ground where I could like peek through.
We should
And
report this back to the Bandit King, and then
He's
I don't
not
know about
here.
you, but I really wanted to punch that guy in the face a couple of times.
I liked how he steamed from his hat.
You what?
He steamed from his hat. You didn't see?
That was quite funny.
Yeah. It looks funny. But weird. But in a funny way.
What are you doing, Catman? You seem to have stayed behind a little while.
I
We're
was
getting his
trying
autograph.
something like that. Was trying to see if we could further help the Sindir case.
Alrighty. So, I will send the rune to the chat.
Oh shit.
You have now activated the ability to use blood runes. They are very rare, but it's possible that they can be found. There was one that was in the bandit's hideout from the cloth skin. That heart.
Yeah.
You have activated your innate ability to learn these runes, and your first rune is a high level one, Arcane Sever. As a ritual, 10-minute casting time, you may attempt to sever one's magic ability from their being. The figure must make a rune saving throw, 8 plus intelligence plus proficiency. On a failure, they can no longer cast spells until this curse is cured by a greater restoration spell, or a remove curse spell.
Damn ritual, you can do this forever. Just give him 10 minutes.
It's not something you should be able to spam.
I imagine so.
Nor is it something I think you should spam.
Yeah.
I don't think you
well,
can spam it in combat for sure.
No, I don't think you should have the ability to spend it.
It's
Like most greater spells, if you cast this multiple times, you face the risk of gaining exhaustion.
Yeah.
Or he's just a prodigy. He already knows it.
Zevin is like oddly ignoring his alcohol, like he's very focused on the conversation right now.
Oh man. Spellcasters.
And he looks very angry.
Her is just chilling. She said her bit. She did her job.
They said
I was so...
ransack the shops, right? Shopkeepers.
Yeah.
That magic shop around.
Thank
Oh,
God.
that's so useful. She might be in trouble.
I don't run a shop, I run an orphanage. Or help.
I can get word to specific people. Don't you worry. I
Yeah,
can get in touch with contacts.
I think we need to talk with the Bandit King like right now.
certainly.
I can summon him.
Yes.
That would be great.
You see him take out a coin. He flicks it.
You see the
On,
panic.
it lands on the table and heads appears.
Hmm.
A specific song begins to play.
Oh no!
He's brushing his teeth, as we call him. Oh yeah, what
Like
time
a-
is it as we get back?
It's night.
Like midnight-ish?
Yeah, it's late.
Hmm.
So
Hey,
we're
it's a
Avatar.
Basically. I haven't gotten that far, but basically.
You're not even watching Korra.
I haven't. I'm watching Avatar first.
You wouldn't get it.
I've seen clips, that's the thing.
Damn, you spoil yourself.
Not on purpose.
How does one not on purpose spoil himself?
Sometimes I accidentally click on a
YouTube
video.
video.
Sometimes I accidentally click on a video and I'm just like, yeah, I'm too lazy to change it.
Is he a drow? I forgot if like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's out.
I'm almost a drow.
I gotta make a poster for this campaign.
Silence. You flip the coin, it means it must be very dangerous. What is it?
The Sealers. We investigated them.
Yeah?
Their leader, his name's Autocrath. He has the ability to take away magic.
And he's called for an
Elimination.
uprising.
A purge of people.
Any spellcaster.
Well,
No one.
that's a little bit of a pickle. Most of my men cast spells. And I do the same. Thank you for letting me know.
He wanted to start at small scale. I think.
I don't think he wants to like steal everyone's magic though. I think he wants people to kill the magic casters. That's why they wanted to go for the weak ones first, right?
I don't know if this question is too late, but did I know any of the individuals that were killed?
No. You can
No.
you remember their faces, but you don't know them specifically.
Killed a 19-year-old kid up there.
He killed 4 civilians in front of us after taking their magic away.
Wait, you said a 19-year-old kid?
Yeah, brown hair, brown eyes, elvish origins, possibly.
He called for a Mior and a doe.
Rimu, go check the Kastan's household. As he summons his familiar owl.
You know them?
Fuck. Yeah, Kastan's and I used to be in a bit of an economic agreement. I was trying to help that kid. Fuck. You see him lose his cool for like but a brief second.
It was about that too, some sort of war veteran.
Shame. Hopefully he's with the gods now. Alright, well thank you for letting me know. This was very, very, very important apparently. I thought they were just your run-of-the-mill cultists, but apparently they're much more. We might need to get the zealots involved. Maybe even the guards.
If there are any missions relating to this that we can help with, do
Aye,
not
aye,
hesitate to
so-
ask us.
I don't have a mission relating to this, but I got an important mission. You guys have seemed to test your mettle. This could be important.
Well, might as well.
It's a mission that'll take place in a little while, so you got some time to do some things. I know Typhoon has been talking about his tourney of the sea a while. If you want, you could do that, but I need help eliminating someone. I don't normally ask for assassination missions, but this one's important. Do any of you know a man by the name of Edward Mossbow?
Do I know a man of Edward Mouthful?
No.
History check?
History, Reverend, give me a history check. Everyone else, no idea. No one has no idea. Any idea.
Oof.
Except for someone. He's one of the young king's economic advisors. And I want him dead.
What did he do, boss?
You know my top secret mission, Mahira?
Yes.
You do not.
I know, but I'm lying through my teeth.
Well, I can tell you're lying. It involves you, pointing to Reverend. Not specifically you, but your people.
Nice. Oh, dear. Okay.
Listen. Hate me, whatever you want, but I can't stand for injustices. I tried to negotiate with Mr. Alver before he passed on the purchasing of an island so that your people can go and live in freedom and not have to be shackled by racists like fucking Preston.
And this person is creating a problem for it.
Well, the king died, and now his son has begun to enter the field, and he's very inexperienced, and he appointed Edward Mossbow to be his economic advisor. And he does not like your people.
Right. Yeah.
And if he was removed from the equation, then I think I could still go along with purchasing that island. It's gonna dip into my personal funds, which is why I'm a little bit mad that that gold was taken. But someone's gotta do it. Any leads on the Catman too?
I was about to say that.
Actually, yeah, I believe so.
Already found something.
What'd you find?
We're feeling like our culprit might be a shapeshifter, so the last person you will find.
A what?
Mara came to that conclusion.
You're talking about a person who can change their appearance?
Indeed.
Oh, fucking hell.
They seem to be some kind of vigilante, active in the painted streets, mostly.
I
Big
I
parking.
believe they were associated, or the rumors about were that they were associated with the Black Cross Brotherhood.
He pinches the bridge of his nose and breathes in heavily. Oh, things are not lining up today. I don't have enough men to supply that tenement. I have a band of fucking weirdo cultists who want to kill spells, and now I have a shapeshifter to deal with.
Busy life.
It'll be okay, boss. Don't worry about it. You'll figure something out.
I don't know if it will, Mahir. My empire is being attacked on all fronts.
But we can defend it.
The cloth skins are beginning to attack down south. Got these sealers now trying to tear down my whole establishment. It's
What
tough.
if we got you more recruits?
That would be wonderful. I don't know where you'd be able to find them.
Who knows? Pick up a couple of rookies on the streets.
I feel like
Give them a purpose in life. That's usually how this goes. That's
Yeah.
how I got into the situation.
As he's saying that, I'm like kind of cringing in my face.
any spellcasters in the area might appreciate some of your protection.
That as well.
I think this might call for something uncalled for. I might have to talk to the King's Watch.
Maybe an alliance of some sort with them would be best, at least for a temporary time during this.
What was that group that helped during the drow attacks?
The Redbeards.
No, there was some sort of army as well that went along with the King's Watch.
Oh, you're talking about the Bastion?
It seems like a big problem. I don't know.
I don't know where their leader is. He's not here.
Yes.
Apparently, he's out building a new city, out in the drink.
Yes. So they won't help.
Yeah, Vedics have cleared out for a while.
Well, it seems recently you and the King's Watch have gotten a mutual enemy in the form of the Seals.
Could be. Ty, I'm gonna need you to do some recruiting too. Alright, boss, I can maybe get some fighters from the tourney. Hold on. Kind of looks to all of you. What are you thinking, Ty? I don't... What if we hosted a bigger tournament? A bigger tournament? Yeah, call all the fighters around the city. And maybe we can band them together.
You bring up a very good idea, Ty. That might just work, actually.
Instead of...
And besides, I
Instead
get some
of-
more gamblers in the arena. Those guys could be helpful.
Instead of paying, maybe they can join our order if they wish. Could be. You make a good point. It's up to you. You got some time until your next mission. I really thank you for doing this. Your debt has been cut significantly. I appreciate it, I really do.
At this point, the debt really doesn't really matter. It's
Let's
just
say.
No, believe me, the debt still matters. If you don't find this tabaxi, I'll slit all your throats.
Fair enough. Or it might not even be at the back.
I need this money to buy that island. So don't get it twisted. I'm your friend, but I'm not your friendliest friend.
Perhaps during the tourney, if we are to do a bigger one, for those who do wish to pay with money, it could go into your funds for it.
Potentially.
Might be something we'll have to think about.
Let's say you wanted to find out about a few things specifically. What would those things be? If you need information, I know a few people who can provide it.
He seems to think. You heard about that meeting, Reverend? In a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Find out who's at that meeting.
I'll send someone to go to it.
And I want you to find out more about that magic that auto cath uses.
Yeah.
And in general,
Alright.
beef up. Seems like he might be our final enemy. And then after that, your debt has been paid. You'll be free people, but if you want to work under me, you can. You guys have proven yourself to be capable.
I might as well.
I have nothing else to do in my life, so might.
He
Oh,
slams down a bag of gold. Has 1,000 pieces of gold in it.
Nice, I'll add that. You see Zevin doing math in his head.
I just want to say, I don't know if you all got the wrong impression of me, but I try not to be a bad person.
Boss isn't a bad person.
I'm just put in a precarious position.
This is...
It is tough being king.
That's for sure. I don't assign you missions that cause harm to people. People who don't deserve it. I just want you to remember that.
He does have those missions, though.
I mean, I do, but I don't do them often. Because I try not to be, I want to be a good person for the people here. Trust me, I come from a society that's very harsh. And that's not the society I want this place to become.
You're a good man for that.
I'm not a good man. I'm just a man.
Just a
Gee,
man
boss,
trying
you're
to
being
do
depressing.
I ain't no president.
No, depressing.
The present?
Depressing.
Listen, I can't hear you with that mask on sometimes. It masks your voice. Alright, I'm not being depressing. I'm being truthful. Alright, you have your task. You can do whatever you want, but the next job, if you want to take it, is an assassination mission. To kill a fucking prick by the name of Moss Bow.
What do you think? Want to kill another racist? Because I quite enjoyed that last time.
Kill a racist? Yeah. That's...
We'll
Sure.
what we can do.
Mara just silently stands up and walks upstairs.
You might want to talk to her and check up on her.
I think she got the keys from the guys up there.
I wish you luck, sir.
Likewise. Good luck in the tournament. I'll be there.
It's gonna be a rough game.
It'll be fine. The tourney of the seas is always fun, right? Little one-on-one fighting. Actually, it's 3v3 this time. You changed it? Oh my god.
We thought it would get repetitive.
Fuck off.
To be fair, true.
As he walks out.
Huh.
Well, I have a lot of things to go and deal with. Good day to you all.
Ty, can I get a glass of milk?
Huh?
Hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop.
That's
Hop, 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 hop,
odd.
hop.
The happiest I has ever been.
So are you all signing up for the tourney?
I'm not much of a fighter.
I'm assuming
Personally.
magic isn't allowed, so I think
No, magic's allowed.
Magic's allowed.
Any way to
Then
beat the fuck
count
up
me-
any way to beat the fuck up out of your opponents.
Count me in.
I feel like if we do enter the tourney, we might be fighting each other.
It's a possibility.
There's 6 of us, and
Believe it or not, I'm gonna add a secret fight to the tournament where it's a 3v3 style and then a 6v6. And if there's a 6v6, I'll let you 6 be in the team.
Nice. I'm liking the sound of this. Besides, it would be good for training.
Ty just writes my name down for no particular reason. He's being forced.
Ty just writes down everyone's names. All right, you're in the blood pact. Blood pact.
Shouldn't we consult Reverend for his consent?
You might want to go.
It's fine.
I don't know her well. Hey Zivin, go up there and.
Huh? Alright.
I'll catch
I'm
up
not
to
good
your
with
friend.
women, so this is gonna be weird for me.
I can tell.
What about the
Alright.
two of you? What are you two doing?
I'm just gonna have a snack, like an after evening snack.
Gonna go play with your marbles?
Maybe? Yes.
Alright. Someone's gonna go look for Mara.
Oh man, did I ever
Mara? Why'd you run off?
She run off real well.
She just ran up into her room and she's gonna poke her head out of her door.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
Alrighty, give me an insight check.
23.
Oh my god!
You can clearly tell.
Yo.
It's hard to tell.
No.
It's hard to tell.
So you still don't know?
No, I think we've been through this before. It just kind of equalizes out, and we're both very suspicious.
You're both very confused. Also, MP, you're muted, just in case you don't.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
think you
Oh.
did it, okay?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I want to ask Ty something in private.
Okay.
Mara,
Hey Ty, you go
Oh,
first.
hold on. Let them talk.
Mara, do you need someone to talk to? Trust me, you can tell me anything. I'll probably forget it within like 30 seconds of the conversation.
Oh, I'm sure that would be the case. I just I need to think through what exactly the implications are for me on all of this.
Wait. She did change changeling form to her changeling form in front of Zevin, right, during the battle. I think she did.
Zivin is one of the people who found out.
What? Why do you think you're gonna be blamed for it?
Oh, I might be blamed for that. Ye-
Let me in. We'll talk about this where I'm not in the hallway.
All right, she will let you in.
Okay. He walks in, and he just like sits down. So, if you don't mind me asking, your story with this whole thing, you think it'll either be put on you or it's somehow related to you?
I don't believe it's related to me. I just am very familiar with getting blamed for things.
I'd imagine so, and if they figured out you were a changeling, you would definitely be on the list. Possible suspects. Also, it doesn't help that you were around the area where Oriz ended up with the bandits.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Mars very specifically, not talking about the thing that's actually worrying her the most, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But you... there's nothing much we can do about it, though, because the only thing you can really do is lay low about it. And hope to God no one else tells anyone. I know Oriz is fine with it. I'm not sure about the others if they found out. And Julian is...
Was Ariz close enough to find out?
I think
Oh, no,
I may have been.
Yeah, you were around the area roughly. You were in the tree when she changed. I don't know about everybody else, though. I know Julian wouldn't hurt a fly, at least not on purpose, so I doubt he'd say anything. But in general, I think you just should keep this from the rest of the group for now. That's all the advice I can really give you.
Yes, I will continue to do that.
Trust me, your secret is safe with me. I know what it's like to have to hide a lot of things or forget that some things exist, so just...
Oh, we certainly both know that right now with those people running around, right? Yeah.
So
Mara's like noticeably sweating at this point.
he puts a hand on your shoulder. You don't need to be afraid. But I'm mostly talking about personal experience before I joined this group. It's all becoming a lot clearer now. But just keep your head high and just be safe. Forget you're even a changeling in the first place. Just pretend you're a normal human wizard. Or maybe not a wizard, considering the group that's running around.
Ancient.
You're not very good at this.
No, he is not. But, yeah. I'll leave you now. And he awkwardly stands up and leaves the room.
This music would like.
I-
What were you gonna say?
You doing anything, Mara?
No, she's just going to stay up there for right now.
Alrighty.
Zevin like sits back down and puts his feet up on the table.
How do you do?
She's just having a hard time with this.
If
Gave her a little bit of a very bad pep talk, but hopefully it calms a bit of her nerves. And he grabs the milk again and takes a drink.
Hey, Ty,
Yeah, what's up?
may I talk to you in private?
Sure.
Where can I go that's in private?
Take
Is
me
this
to
place built?
The kitchen, I guess.
Pop, pop, pop.
Ah.
Pop, pop, pop.
Oh, this place is nice.
Yeah, this is where I prepare your fucking shitty food.
Thanks. Say, does the Bandit King know about orphanages?
He knows about everything in this city. Why?
This whole sealer thing has me very worried. My grandmother and my wife and my child are all magic users. I'm very afraid.
I see. They'll be safe. People won't just let an orphanage be attacked like that, trust me. They're viewed as sacred buildings, of course. Building of your god. Or a building of Goran.
Still though, I'm still worried.
Just keep a vigilant eye, and if you see any weird movements, contact us.
I have
You've seen movements?
weird movements.
In what way?
As I was a blur. I couldn't track it. It was very heavily fogged, but I could see a blur.
That's
Am I saying
odd.
things, or it's like
It could be, but then again, you seem to be pretty perceptive.
goodness. I didn't think such a group would like really throw us all off.
Yeah, to
I
think
thought
this
they're
was
just-
to think this group was nothing, and then they're now the biggest threat on the block. It's pretty scary. It'll all be fine, right?
Yes, I hope so. Tell the Bandit King this though. I'll work for him for my whole life as long as he keeps my family safe.
He knows that already.
How?
He's very good at reading people. He knows that you're one of the only people that somewhat don't hate him. Trust me, he comes off as abrasive, but he's really not a bad guy.
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
I guess so. I just need to make sure they're safe. So.
I don't know, I just remember the good old days when we were all adventurers. Good times. Then we had to move on.
Well, thank you, Ty.
You know where the name the Siren's Call comes from, right?
No, I don't.
They say that the Bandit King, or back in his days, Venito, fell in love with a siren. Her alluring call drove him to love. And she betrayed his trust. And so I named this place the Siren's Call to forever fucking spite him.
That's really good friend.
Hot damn, bitch! What the fuck?
As good friends do, you know?
Yeah. Out of character, but how old is this guy?
How old is Ty?
Bandit King.
You can't tell. He looks young, but he looks old at the same time.
He's definitely older than me.
Drows are elves, so he could have been living for a while.
Yeah, I know.
He's lived a long time. Never been one for love. But that siren caught him off guard.
I suppose the same could be for me.
Yeah, I saw that beauty you brought in. She seems nice.
Yeah, she.
How long are you
I
gonna
don't
keep
know.
your facade up, though?
I don't know. I don't know how she'll react to it.
Sooner or later, you gotta tell him. Tell her.
How do I? How? That's.
You
I don't know how to like approach it.
Sometimes the hardest conversations just require that little push.
Yeah.
They're hard conversations for a reason. They're not meant to be
Alistair's
easy.
pacing around at this point. What time is it, by the way?
It's like 10 o'clock.
I better get going. Thank you, Ty.
Of course. I remember. Ah, and at that point, you're already out of the door.
Yeah.
As you're walking out, Zevin is strumming a song on his ukulele.
Is the milk still there?
No, he's drinking it all.
Is the cup still, glass still there?
Yeah.
I'll put it over his head as I walk out.
Hey!
And as you do that, that is where we'll end the session.
Good session.
As the party does their own thing, as we begin to start the tournament, the tournament training arc.
Oh,
Nice.
they're having a training montage.
Yo, we fucking... You just killed Clarence like that, my man.
Yeah, how could you kill
Rip
Clarence?
Bye, YouTube.
Rip Clarence.
Yep, we're gonna see you guys in
I'm-
2 weeks with session.
I actually do need to take like a while to figure out how Mara would react to